Hello teacher, good afternoon. My name is Lady Figueredo and today we are talking about the comparative about three countries. The first one is Colombia, United States and Sudan. And for me it was interesting because all the countries have some difference that introduce the general culture in the human one day. For example, briefest introduce in the video, briefest introduce the culture and mention the importance on the difference. And that's so good because all the time we're talking about family, traditional festivals, and food. And what happened with family in United States? All the time you can see the individualism. You see? Because all the time they are working in a working. But it is different in Colombia because you have a day and a schedule, but you have maybe just one day. For example, in Sunday, family joins about everything day or about festival or traditions. That's different in the United States. And in Sudan, is more closer or is closer, pardon, is closer because all the time they think that the family is the most important thing. But I want to talking about food. The food was delicious. For example, I am Colombian and I think the Colombian food was delicious because they use some flavors, some vegetables in meat that increase the flavors on the food. But in Sudan, the food I had never eat. I had never been. I had never been in Sudan, and I had never eaten Sudan food. But I think that the food was good, but it's better Colombian food. In United States, definitely the food is the worst because all the time they use bread, they use any vegetables in the food, so for me it's the worst. But what happened with the festival traditions? Okay, in Colombia, in Colombia, in a Sudan country, all the time they have popular cultures. Yes, Indian people, Chinese people, Colombian people. In United States have different cultures in the country, but in Sudan it's different because they have a lot of customs that they use and you can see the individualism in that country. For example, it's interesting the work traditions in Sudan. What happened with the woman in Sudan? The woman all the time had to say like a silence. The woman all the time had to stay like a princess, like a, you don't have to talk a lot, you have to improve your knowledge of your husband, and that's it. In Colombia, that's different because now we have some laws that pertain the human and the woman rights. But in United States, maybe they have some law that pertain the woman laws, but it's not the popular contribution in the rights of the humans. So but what happened in United States and in Colombia? In Colombia, if someone harms others, don't happen anything. But in United States, if you harm someone, all the law is in your neck. All the law is in your neck because you have to respect the law and you have to respect the other one. So the culture of the countries that's so different, and maybe the difference is the one thing that is so crazy because when you respect the different, you have to increase your knowledge and you have to reflect about everything that is happening in other places. So for me, it's an invitation. Please think in the difference. It is important that you recognize the difference. Okay, teacher. Bye bye.